Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the pre-match press conference ahead of our game against Atlanta United. We have head coach Nick Cushing. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand. We'll get started with Chris Campbell.
Hey, Nick. In the last game, the one goal conceded was off a long throw-in, and we've seen some other clubs bring in, long throw-in coaches and trying to take advantage of that. How is the team kind of working to better defend those going forward, as well as maybe take advantage of those opportunities yourselves?
Just like a set play. I think we have been very, very good in the past few weeks on set play. Our goalkeeping coach, Rob Vartugian, is exceptional at setting the team up. And we've seen that over the last two seasons, especially this time last year, going into playoffs. We scored some huge goals from set play and we managed to defend them really, really well. It was a small communication piece on the long throw and we were really unhappy with the goal, but it's really fixable, so we've discussed it. I suppose that although we're hugely disappointed, the positive is when it goes against you, it gives you opportunity to fix it and fix it in going into some really, really important football games.
Oliver Strand.
Hi, thank you. In recent games, you've had a lot of success with Thiago Martins, Chano, and Cayens in the back. This game against Atlanta, are you planning on sticking with that to continue to hone that formation, or will you experiment in this one last regular season game?
The opportunity to change the system is there because, we've secured, of course, we want third place. We also have Alfredo Morelos, Keaton Parks back. So, going back to three in the midfield for us with Maxi, Keaton, Nico, Maxi, Alfredo, Nico, Keaton Parks. This is really important for us to make sure that we get the balance right. And I think going into big games, I think three in the midfield will be really key for us.
Michael Allen.
Hey, Coach, thanks for making the time. Just sort of piggybacking on that question there. NYCFC has never won in Atlanta, but you do have, like you said, you already secured the playoff spot, a third or fourth position. Atlanta's already been ruled out. How much does this game give you a chance to play to give some players a run out or experiment with the formation?
I think it's completely 50-50 in that sense. You can look at it one way and say, we're in and we've secured a home game, so we can only be 3 or 4, so we can get the likes of Eber, Alfredo, Keaton, Anton. We can get those guys back in. We can give some players that haven't had so much football, we can give those guys some minutes, and we can rest players that played a lot of football. We can look at it that way. We can also look at it the other way, that momentum is really, really important. And if you look at last year, going into playoffs, we were on a really good run, and although we didn't win the last regular season game, it was a really positive performance from us because we played 70 minutes with 10 players. Gideon was unfortunate to get the red card, and we went 1-0 down, and then we pulled the game back, and that really gave us a springboard going into the Atlanta game at home. So, I say again, as a coach, you're always going to bounce between form and freshness, and we'll use the extra day we have tomorrow to make sure that we really get a clear decision-making process on whether we put fresh guys in or whether we go with the same 11, because we have a full healthy squad.
Michael Andre.
Nick, given the fact that it's down in Atlanta on that turf field, how does that impact some of the choices you're going to make relative to guys coming back from injury?
No, we did make some conscious decisions going into New England on turf with the likes of Alex Cayens when he was coming back, and Anton Tinnerholm. And this time, I think we're past that now. I think the guys have had a lot of minutes. We managed to get another 11v11 game in on Tuesday, where the likes of Alfredo, Anton, those guys all Keaton got another 65 minutes. And it was a really good intensity. It was MLS standard. The turf won't play a factor in whether players play. We're a little bit further on than that with their rehab and how fit they are now.
Chris Campbell.
And Nick, again, piggybacking off that, guys like Keaton and Anton especially, how many minutes do you think that they could get on Sunday, as well as Alfredo Morales?
Yeah, Alfredo's his first game, so he's probably got 70 in him. He did 65, and he could probably go another 70. Keaton and Anton could play 90 minutes. They're fit to play the full 90. It's just how fresh they are after 50, 60, 70. It'll be, dictated to by how intense the game is. If the game's really open and we run a lot, I'm sure that they won't last 90 if we can keep control of the game and we can control the game without possession and how we like the game to go. I'm sure, after doing a couple of 65 minutes, and both those guys went in and played a good 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes in the Orlando game. I think we're really getting to the place where they could push a full game now.
Christian Henich.
Hi, Coach. Atlanta's season is very much done in terms of they can't make the playoffs, but there is still pride there, which can be its own motivation. How much are you kind of looking forward to or anticipating that test and that pride that's going to be on the line for them?
Yeah, I think in front of their home crowd, they will want to finish strong. I think the disappointment of not making playoffs will be a huge motivator for Atlanta, and by no means do we expect the game to be easy or those guys to just go through a process of getting the game done. I expect Joseph Martinez to play. He hasn't played so much, and when he comes on, he scores goals. So I expect him to play and start the game. So I think that the whole of Atlanta's team and crowd will be hugely motivated to finish on a positive result.
And final one, Caroline.
Hey Nick, although obviously it's been mentioned already, there's not too much on the line. Do you see this game as an opportunity for whichever squad you decide to pick, the players to actually show them what they can do ahead of the playoffs, as well as a bit of an example of that?
Yeah, of course. I think if we decide to play some players that haven't played so many minutes, or if it's an opportunity to get guys pitch time, it's also an opportunity for them to stake a claim in getting in our team and being really important for us going into the playoffs. It's the same for if we go with the same 11. If we go with the same 11 that has put in 3 really good performances now, it's their shirt to lose. It's the nature of having competition. We're really disappointed when we lose a lot of players to injury. The flip side is that the team picks itself then, because you only have a short roster. The difference now is everyone's healthy, everyone's hungry, everybody's really motivated to play these big games, and no more than this game round the corner. It's a really, really important game for us.
Great. Thank you, everyone.